I'm in a small town in Arizona. I was told if I get a flat tire, I need to get another vehicle, I could come here. This is what they rent. I think this horse has seen better days. I think the saddle's worth more than the horse. You get some water, dude. The Honda Civic has a reputation for being one of the nicest economy cars on the planet, starting around $25,000. Fuel economy in the high 30s and low 40s in PGs. So, we look at the price tag on this one. $44,385. A big jump from 25 grand, but getting a lot more car here. This isn't your neighbor's Civic. And everything is standard, although I did manage to charge us extra for a metallic white paint job. And it's totally made in Japan this year. That's worth a few bucks more. So let's open the magic door and roll this baby out. Well, here she is, and I'm told this latest model is lower, longer, and wider. And here's the rear with the big spoiler. So you know it's a bit different from your typical Civic. This vehicle gets a lot of attention from onlookers when you're driving in traffic or even parked. Some people know what it is right away, and some people don't. But if they know what it is right away, they can't stop staring. So what are we getting for our 45 grand? It starts under the hood, a nice little 2-liter 4-cylinder motor cranking out 315 horsepower, torque rating of 310 pounds-feet, fuel economy 22 in the city, 28 in the highway, and 24 average, they say. We'll find out if that's true. A limited slip differential, McPherson strut suspension, high performance Michelin 260/30 R19 tires, made for driving on dry pavement, not wet surfaces. Got a warning on that. Nice to know when it's been raining 7 days in a row, so we're going to have to be very, very careful. And those giant Brembo brakes to bring the vehicle to a quick halt. An improved cooling system so it doesn't overheat on those racetrack follies. You have your drive mode switch for individual, sport, comfort. Pardon the glare, but it's that type of day. Or if you want to race somebody in a hurry, just press the magic R button. There you go. Now back in the old days, if you want performance, you didn't get an automatic transmission, you got a manual transmission. Nowadays it's kind of the opposite. Manuals are slower, use more fuel, automatics are quicker, more efficient, at least 95% of the time, but there are exceptions, and this is one. This motor has a 7,000 RPM redline, and power doesn't really start generating until around 3,000 RPM. Just begging for a nice, slick 6-speed manual transmission, and that's what we get here. Would it automatically be just as quick? Maybe, maybe not, but this is what the street racers want, and this is what we get. It's a nice, slick unit. That's the positive side. On the negative side, well, let me show you. This is not a dealer-installed option. It's something I did myself. Yeah, I had to put a sock over it. Now, why would I want to do that? This appears to be aluminum. Looks good, feels good, but it attracts heat like a magnet on hot summer days, especially right now when we have temperatures like 100 to 115 degrees. This sits in the sun, it turns into a branding iron, and you might get some numbers embedded in your skin. So it has to be covered up in an environment like that. So if you're going to park it, good idea to have this over it. Funny, I'm the only one that seems to mention this, but I know they're all noticing it, just don't want to say, I guess. In the meantime, the glove box has plenty of room. Climate control is about easy as it gets. 3 knobs and a few buttons, the way all vehicles should be. I cannot stand electronic parking brakes, but just the wave of the future, so we're stuck with it. Right down here. And I'm glad Honda gave us the conventional round gauges, something we don't see on some of their other models. This is what I like. Of course, unless you press the magic R button, as we just did, and now you get this. I can live with that. As you can see, this is a 5-door hatch. The seats do fold down. The first thing we want to do when we get a vehicle is check and see if there's a spare tire. So let's take a look. Nope, Just a cheesy repair kit. They say they do this to save weight. I think they do it to save money, but since this is a street racer, I guess you would want to save weight, right? And as always, we take the lights out in the dark and see how they perform with our night drive video, which we already did, and posted on YouTube. We'll have a link for that at the end of this video, so you're not missing anything. Getting 2 videos for the price of 1 free. Alright, on the subject of these seats, which are racing style seats, you're either going to fit or you're not going to fit. That's all I can tell you. I fit, although getting in and out is a bit of a chore. But it's a performance car, so there's no reason to complain. Well, I'll take that back. It would be nice if it had adjustable headrests, but they fit my head perfectly, so I can't complain. If you're thinking about buying one of these and you're ordering it, you might want to sit in one first to see if you fit. And moving over a bit, let's talk about these super wide rocker panels. Super wide, which means your pants leg is going to be rubbing on this. If you live in a dry climate where it's relatively clean, fine, but with all this rain we're having, I've had all kinds of mud and all kinds of other stuff accumulate on here, and it's clean only because my pant legs wiped it off. You might want to keep a rag handy if you live in a wet climate where there's snow, mud. Better to wipe off with a rag than your pants. Why they make this so wide is beyond me, but just be aware of it. Alright, show and tell is over. Let's do some driving, and the power steering is just fine. Even though it's electric, it feels more hydraulic. Response is quick enough. Haven't heard too many complaints about this system, so I don't have any. As we do in all of our videos, we're going to take some mild speed humps around 15 miles per hour, see how the suspension performance on impact. Here comes bump number 1. Bit of a jumping going on, but this is a short wheelbase. You would expect that, but comfortable enough. Here comes number 2. That was a lot smoother. Here comes the big nasty one. Yeah, I felt that one, but nothing serious. Still comfortable enough for me. This isn't a drag racer, but a 0 to 60 time, hovering around 5 seconds, is certainly brisk enough if you're in a hurry. By the way, as far as the real fuel economy goes, this car was delivered with 480 miles from a previous driver. It was getting 23.5 mpg, up to 583 miles and 22.8 mpg in average driving, which is pretty close to what Honda claims, so we're right on the money thus far. More to come. The only drawback, the gas tank on this car is just a bit over 12 gallons, and that works great for the base Honda Civic. That might get 35 miles to the gallon, but on this vehicle, I just filled it up 1 minute ago. Shows a range of 293 miles. But if you're doing a lot of heavy city traffic and heavy on throttle, that can go down quick. Now this is what it's all about, getting on backcountry roads. Get some of that Type R handling, like excellent suspension and high performance tires and quick steering. It's also where using a manual transmission and clutch is part of the fun. Not quite as quick as an automatic paddle shifters, but more engaging for sure. Very strong brakes, no fade at all. Enough freeway driving, let's take this out and do some curves. This is what the vehicle was made for. Great corner ability and great responsive steering and strong brakes. By the way, if you put the mode in the +R setting, Your exhaust sound gets a lot louder as you press the gas pedal down, which makes it sound a lot better. This is definitely where the Honda Type R performs at its best, and I'm enjoying this so much we'll have to do some more tomorrow, preferably in the daytime. We're going to take a short highway trip, see what type of fuel economy numbers we can get. This is a pretty comfortable vehicle to drive on the highway. The summer tires can be a little bit noisy on rough pavement, but hey, no big deal. It is a sporty car after all. Oh, this is smart. Just come over my lane, why don't you? And here you go, another midnight drunk. If you keep your speed approximately 75 miles per hour on the freeway, you'll be pulling around 2,800 to 2,900 RPM, which is a little high for a typical motor, but for a high-revving Honda engine, it's reasonably low enough. The computer says we're getting around 29 miles to the gallon, so I think that's about all we're going to see, slightly above what's claimed on the EPA window sticker. We did have to use super premium 91 octane, of course, so your fuel costs will be just a bit more than other vehicles that use standard 87 unleaded. There's some people who might think 45 grand for this vehicle is too much, and if you think that, the joke's on you, because you can't find these at the dealer. And if you do, there's going to be significant markup over the sticker. They're that popular, so they sell all they make as fast as they put them on the floor. So you're kind of outvoted. If you want this car, you're just going to have to fork up the dough. No discounts on this one. And I like to think of Honda less of a car company, more of a technology company. They put lots of tech in their vehicles, and it shows. And you also have lots of reliability and durability. A lot more than the European competition, that's for sure. Get me wrong, I like the European cars like BMW, Mercedes, and Audi, but when the warranty goes out, you also have to get your wallet out to pay for all those repair bills. Not so much with the Hondas. Oh yeah, the resale value on these is top notch, so you won't be losing much money in trade-in. Now, going back to the beginning, how these headlights work and what's it like to drive this vehicle at night, that video is coming up. Just click on the link and watch. And subscribe. I need gas money.